So here's a question I have for you to answer, if not now, maybe later today, or reflect on it at the end of your day or in meditation. How do you care for yourself? And I think it's a really interesting question. And I think the phrasing of it is interesting. Because if someone asked me what I do for self care, I think I would answer in a different way. Go, oh, self care. Well, meditation, bubble bath, that sort of stuff. How do I care for myself? I mean, to me, that is, well, what am I doing on a day to day basis, a minute to minute basis, an hour to hour basis to show my self care? And, a big part for me has been slowing down. Probably very close to burnout over the last few years, sort of exacerbated by a very stressful situation in my work life, and also around, after going to Everest Base Camp, having oxygen of 50%, which I only realised last year was such a huge contributor to everything going on for me. And very physically run down, very emotionally run down. And really, one of the ways I had to start caring for myself, because I didn't want to get into burnout, I thought, right, I've got to pull out all stops. So for a while, I was doing self-care. I was meditating, hyperbaric oxygen, saunas, massages, all those things, which are great. And I'm not dissing any of those things. And I still do some of that stuff now, albeit not as regularly, although I'm trying to get back into the sauna once or twice a week. But that's self-care. And what I actually had to do is go, right, I need to be nourishing myself. And that involves what I'm thinking, what I'm consuming from outside, the people I spend time with, the food I'm eating. So, yeah, I am really looking at self-care, but also how can I care for myself? And so I'm cooking a lot more and eating whole foods and knowing the ingredients that go in. And I think just the act of cooking for myself from scratch, something nourishing, there's something very loving about that. Very I've got to be honest, the food's not amazing. I'm like, takeout would definitely taste better than this. But I know it's not nourishing me. It's not giving me that sort of love I need. So my friend Kish said I got to stick with it. And I'm going to be far better in a few more goes. So, it's totally edible, but not, 10 out of 10. Yeah, we're around the 6 to 7 out of 10. So slowly. And then something else that is important, leading on from that is my perfectionism. So having that level of perfectionism where I go, oh, well, the food's not amazing, so I'm not going to ever cook for myself anymore, which might sound ridiculous, but I've definitely done that with classes before. I'm not very good at this class, so I'm not going to go back to this yoga class. Whereas, of course, I know on the intellect level, you have to do something for a period of time to get good at it. So, yeah, that's part of how I care for myself. Definitely self-talk, affirmations. I'm singing a lot more. I'm only listening to podcasts I think are helpful or bring me joy, not ones that scare me or worry me or make me feel inadequate or like I'm not doing enough. And just being around very nourishing people helps as well. So, very interested to hear how you care for yourself. What is your self-care? And fill me in. Very interested to hear on both of those things.